Check one, two. Hello. Hello, hello. Hope everybody's doing well today. Um, Stream's not going to be long today. Roughly maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe a little less than that. Who knows? Maybe a little longer. We'll see. Maybe half hour. But like I said, hope everybody is doing well. Welcome back to another stream for today. As we talk about something that I came across that I found interesting, um, and wanted to converse with you all, talk to you all about, share my thoughts, and maybe you would want to share yours in the comments of this live stream or after, once the stream is over with. You can for sure leave a comment in the video after the stream is up, and I will, as always, read your comments. I get so many comments. As always, I get so many comments on my past videos and stuff, and sometimes streams. People sharing their thoughts, their views on specific subjects. I still get a plethora of comments left on my and/or videos still to this day. But with that, I get so many comments on my past videos and stuff. Okay, we're good. With that, we're just gonna dive into what I wanted to discuss. Let's see. So I came across this interview. I'm gonna remove myself from the camera here, where the Kingsman director Matthew Vaughn was interviewed recently, as of yesterday, and he was asked and talked about Star Wars, and some interesting stuff that he said here. Now, I will say, coming back on camera, I will say this, that, as I asked the question, is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea to reboot Star Wars? Maybe, possibly, maybe not. The current trajectory of where Star Wars is now, many fans are not tuning in to a lot of the stuff. Many fans are taking a back. They're kind of just like tired of what is being pushed out currently under the Disney era of Star Wars. And we know that for sure, that there is always a next generation, a new generation that needs to have their own version of something. We know that they are talking about, if you haven't heard, they are definitely talking about rebooting Harry Potter. They're talking about rebooting Hunger Games. How many reboots of Batman have we got? We've gotten various iterations of newer Batmans over the course of the past, several many years. So it's just like so much, so many variations of stuff is happening. But to me, Star Wars has gone in a specific direction. Nothing like, no reboot has happened, but there's, this specific director. And I feel like there are many people out there who believe that in their mind, that if they were put in the director's chair, writer's chair, whatever, they more than likely have the mindset of saying, I would start, fresh, start a, reboot Star Wars. I would change it. I would shift it into my own image of what I would think. Maybe hold on to some semblance of what George had created and still implement my own. So, with that, there is somebody like this director here who decided to share his own opinion on rebooting Star Wars. And this is what Matthew Vaughn had recently said in this interview. He said, Luke Skywalker, well, before he talks, somebody was specifically talking about saying, like, Luke Skywalker without Mark Hamill, question mark, Han Solo without Harrison Ford. All of this seems like a crazy idea, but given the Star Wars universe. A completely fresh start is exactly what the franchise needs, according to director Matthew Vaughn. Vaughn, who's best known for directing X-Men, First Class, and all of the Kingsman films, brought the idea up during the latest episode of Happy Sad Confused podcast, stating that if he was given the chance, he'd reboot Star Wars, explaining that there's no reason why the characters couldn't be changed, similar to James Bond. Yeah, that too. James, like I said, we have Batman, who we have many iterations of Batman. We also definitely have many iterations of James Bond, and James Bond is actually like one of my favorite characters of all time. I still rewatch a lot of the Sean Connery, but James Bond films because he's my favorite James Bond out of all the James Bond actors that have come uh, and taken on that role. Um, We've seen James Bond and Batman, which have had different actors over the years. Rebooting is what I would do. Vaughn, who's doing exactly that for the next kick butt movie. Okay, I didn't know they were doing another one. For me, doing a Star Wars movie is to play with the characters I love, Vaughn said. If they said to me they'd reboot Star Wars and actually have Luke Skywalker, Solo, and Vader and do your version of it, everyone would say you're an idiot to try, but that would excite me. Why are the Star Wars characters so hollowed that from 1977 you can't redo it for a new audience? Star Wars is the Skywalker family, and that's where I think they've gone wrong. He continued there. They forgot. They done brilliantly in TV, but it needs an epic new film. The rebooting with the original characters is what I would do. Everyone is going to be uh, bat crazy, but let's bring it on. If you want a new generation, make the movie for them. The old generation, hopefully, you make it well enough for them to enjoy. And as we see when he's talking about that, he is correct that there were many fans out there who would look at him and say, no, why would you do this? No, don't shift, don't change. But at the end of the day, like I said, there are various iterations of key characters and films, and like I said, they're going to be looking to possibly reboot Harry Potter films, possibly reboot Hunger Games. We continue to get different variations of James Bond, Batman. Definitely gonna get a new iteration of Superman coming up soon with James Gunn and his new version. Talk about Spider-Man. I mean, eventually they're gonna more than likely reboot the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's gonna happen. And I feel like maybe within the next 20 or 30 years, I'm already old as is, but as I get older, I'm more than likely, if I'm still alive, if I'm still here on this earth, still living, still have my mind and all of that. We never know what life is going to bring to any of us within this next decade, technically even within the next 24 hours even. But we know that, well, I believe that, within the next, hopefully 30 years of me possibly still being alive on this earth, that this probably may happen, that somebody will come along and just reboot, rehash, rechange, reshift, these characters that we've loved for so long and do it in their own way. And to me, I honestly would say I wouldn't mind seeing it, but at the same time, I will still stick with like how I am with Thrawn, and what I have loved about that character. I will definitely always run to the source material, stick to the books. That's how it will be with Star Wars of old, of the past, um, per the original trilogy and the prequels, because I'm one of the few or one of the many that loved all three of the prequel movies, but that's just me. Don't judge me because I'm not judging you. And you know, I will stick to that and support the next generation if they get something of their own. Um, just because we are continuously moving forward in life, even in entertainment, and we do realize that there's not too many fresh ideas out there, fresh and new ideas when it's pertaining to film, TV shows, stuff like that. So that's going to be an ever so revolving door, I believe. And yeah, more than likely, Star Wars will gain a reboot at some point. Just may not be in this decade or even the next. It may be a little bit later down the road. But yeah, Matthew Vaughn. Not saying that he would be, but this is just what he feels, and I believe that there are, like I said, there are many other directors, many other future directors and stuff like that, who or writers and stuff would want to do something like this, and more than likely, like I said, it more than likely will happen. Possibly, maybe, will occur. But because again, we know for sure that everybody that has come and really taken these characters and made something of them in a great way, they're not going to be here, for, hundreds of years. Eventually they're going to, leave this earth. And somebody has to continue to try to, or at least attempt to pick up that mantle and continue the legacy that these beloved human beings, per these characters, have gone on to take hold for themselves. So next people up, they have to try. They have to attempt to at least do so. So yeah. Maybe I'll be around when this occurs, and I'm still in my right mind and be able to really sit down and maybe still have this platform even to even share my thoughts and talk to you all about it. But that's pretty much the stream. Like I said, I felt like it wasn't going to be that long. I just wanted to share my thoughts on this. What do you think? If you agree, disagree, I don't mind whether it's positive or negative. Leave your comments in the comment section below, guys. Let's talk about some things. Like I said, I wouldn't mind watching it because it's still Star Wars, but I'm always going to lean towards, the Star Wars that I've grown up to love, and like, while still watching the newer stuff and seeing what I like to continue to watch, or I watch it at least and be able to say, well, it was okay, or wasn't. I watched it, didn't like it, type of thing. So yeah, but that's it, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and hopefully I will talk to you on another stream to come and or video to come soon. As always, stay safe, stay